Hi there everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here, another episode of Test Pack Please Ignore. So at the end of my last episode, I had been working on upgrading my industrial blast furnace set up over here. As you can see now, I've actually got 4 industrial blast furnaces working, as I've now got one set up to start running titanium through as well. So what I can actually do at the moment is run 4 industrial blast furnaces double overclock simultaneously, because what I'm smelting up there at the moment is some stainless steel, because what I'm trying to get produced is, if we flick onto here, I'm trying to make myself some industrial centrifuges. So if we have a look at industrial centrifuge, got 8 of them at the moment. What I'm aiming for is 35. The key number I'm looking for is something like 35 centrifuges and several electrolyzers. Now the electrolyzers are a lot cheaper. The centrifuges are probably the most expensive part, so I want to have them overclocked twice as well, I think. They won't obviously produce anywhere, they won't take anywhere near as much power as any of these processes, which is quite nice, which is why I can get away with having like 35 of them overclocked. And the reason I'm going to be making them is to try and start producing the fuel for my for eventually building the fusion reactor and then hopefully finishing off the series. And the fusion reactor is an extremely expensive machine to make. So we're going to be looking at trying to increase our production of things like titanium, chrome. We've already got so much in the system, so let's have a quick look. So we got chrome. So we're going to have about 200-300 at the moment of chrome. I can't remember how much you need to make a what's the word I'm looking for? To make a fusion reactor, that's what I'm looking for. But you need several things, such as if you have a look at the fusion reactor recipe. So we need lots of these fusion coils, which require energy flow circuits, which require lots of iridium, advanced circuits, lapidron crystals, stuff like that. What else have we got? Superconductors. We need all these. So I need a lot of iridium. So what's going on at the moment is that my main iridium production is, if we have a look at how much iridium have I got, I've got 5 and 5 iridium ore. But if we have a look at shiny, I've currently got 103 shiny ingots in my system up there. And if we flick up here, go along to, where are they? We're looking at the bees this episode, I think. Always have to get the right branch of my base there. So what I've got running over here is several platinum bees, but this whole kind of like process has stalled. So what I really need to do is what's the word I'm looking for? I need to come up with a way of, what I need to do is export all of this, start exporting all of this honeycombs and platinum nuggets, getting rid of the honeycombs and automatically transforming the platinum nuggets into shiny metal ingots. So I think we'll start off the episode doing that, and then also if we've got time, I might start looking up at breeding some ruby, some impregnable and some emerald bees. And basically what I'm probably going to have is, that's going to be my iridium producing branch, and then I have one branch each direction which will be producing all of the other like combs that I need. So, and then all around the outside here I will probably have like the production kind of like, so I'll have centrifuges what's the word I'm looking for? Centrifuges working on the combs that the other bees produce, because these platinum bees, thankfully, they're actually called platinum bees. That's the wrong kind of bee. That doesn't have a platinum bee in it. So these platinum bees have automatically produced platinum nuggets, so you don't need to process the combs. But what I do need to do is have like a cyclic assembler or something like that, basically taking all of those what's the word? Those shiny ingots and what's the word I'm looking for? Getting all those platinum ingots and automatically crafting them. So yeah, that's what I was looking for. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way of getting these into my system. Now, I could use my ME system, but another way I might be able to do it is literally just use item ducts. Have it all going into this tesseract here. Well, yeah, I could actually have it going into I don't think I can select more than one network, so I might need a second tesseract just to send the items back, which wouldn't be too much of a problem. I do have quite a few spare at the moment, so what I could do is literally just have item ducts coming out of all of these industrial apiaries, and then going into a tesseract, which will go into my ME system. And then what I can then do is have, so let's start setting that up. So let me grab some item ducts. Have I got any spare? No, I do not. So let me grab item duct. There we go. Need to make some more. So I'll grab quite a few, and then we also need a tesseract, a spare one. There we go. Got 5 in my system at the moment. Now down to 4. So what we can do is I can plonk this down, say here. Have this as quarry items, and then have it to... So turn all this off for a second, and then item mode, send only, that's what I want. Quarry items, and this will be just sent straight to my ME system, which is exactly what I want. So that what I can then do is have this all running automatically in. So let me do that. So what I might do is add more bees when I can be bothered. So actually, let me wrench that one up. Let's make it a little bit neater. So add that on there, add that one, and add it like there. Oh yeah, that one's not actually active at the moment, so I don't really need that one hooked up right at this moment. Just save a few item ducts. And then what we need to do is start sending these outwards. Just turn that one off. That one, oh yeah, that one needs to stay inwards, sorry. And then we need to say outwards on you. Turn you off, and you off. Outwards, outwards. So has this actually started pulling things out yet? No, it has not started pulling things out yet, because I think what I need to do is power these somehow. So I even need to... Oh, I've got some things around here as well, which I need to play around with. Here we go. So turn them off, have them up, have them up. There we go. So I think all of them are set to start pulling out once I power them. So what I need to do is grab myself some... so let me grab myself some, what they called, pneumatic servos. That's what I'm looking for, pneumatic servos. Excellent. So I need to make several of these. Do I have any more glass? I've got a little bit. So I've not really got a lot. Let me check how much I'm crafting, because I was crafting a load of ME interfaces, and I want to double check how many more of them I've got to craft. 23. What's it missing? Missing sand, apparently. Oh yeah, because that crushes down into sand. That's not too bad. How much glass have I got left in the system then? Not a lot. Okay, that's fair enough. So basically, I'm using up all of my glass at the moment, so I don't have like any sand at all. So yeah, this is still crafting all those ME interfaces for me. Fair enough. So maybe I won't be using pneumatic servers then. Let me try and grab some. How many spare levers have I got? Levers. There we go. Let's grab some view. Need to go up a level, and then we'll just leave it. We'll just leave it all up instead, if I can. That is. This could be interesting. So I might need some spare blocks to start powering all of these things. Let me grab some wood. Wood. Do I have any spare jungle wood? The answer to that is no. Let's grab some redwood planks. Do I have any redwood planks? Yeah, I do. Ah, that'll do. There we go. So I'm just going to do is plonk these down, so we can put one, say for example, there, and this should power all of them apart from that one. That's typical. So they should start pulling out. Yep, they're being pulled out, and they should be going into my system, which is quite nice. It's annoying that that doesn't power that one, so I need to figure out a way of powering that one there. Interesting. This is slightly annoying, as I've got no way of connecting up a lever. Oh, I can switch. Oh no, that turns off the tesseract. That's annoying. Let me destroy you. So I will need a pneumatic servo for that. So what I'm going to have to do is, in the meantime, so I will upgrade all these to pneumatic servos at some point, because basically at the moment I can't actually wrench all of these, which is quite annoying. So I can wrench a couple of them. You can do that. So yeah, I will be upgrading this to pneumatic servos once I can, because basically this is so fiddly and I just need more glass. So let me just use wrenches for now, and then we'll pretend like I'm using pneumatic servos. So for example, this one will remain unpowered until I can somehow get a pneumatic servo in there. So that'll be something for me to do off camera at some point. So let me put some stuff away like so. So what I now need to do is I need to get like an export bus for all the combs, which I don't really need, and put it straight into that trash can. So ME, so I need to do ME basic export bus. But apparently all the ME cables is being used to create more interfaces. So let me go and cancel that. 20 is more than enough for now. Whoops a daisy. As I was building loads with the intention of just putting an interface on top of every single hive apiary, but I think that's going to be a huge waste of resources. So let me make a load of glass like so. Craftable. 3 stacks of glass should be loads, I think. So yeah, Let's eat some apples. There we go. Nom 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 nom. Let's make a basic export bus. That's what I'm looking for. I might totally out of cables. Can I just make like 20 of them? There we go. Basic export bus. So we'll put you down there. Oh, God's sake, I hate when I do this. Don't go too quick. There we go. That's connected up like so. I also need some ME cabling. I need to just punch a hole through there. There we go. Marvellous. That's all connected up. And then what I want to export is combs. So I want to get rid of all these honeycombs, which I'm never ever going to use for anything anymore. Let me just get rid of them all. There we go. I've got a load spare here anyway, so it's not as though if I'm running short, I can always just grab a load from there. So that should, in theory, be getting rid of all of my combs. Let's have a quick look. So yep, that's getting rid of all of it. Excellent. So that'll just slowly get rid of them. So now we need to deal with the problem of... So have I got any covers here? Hang on. Ah, look at this. This will make it look nicer. So just cover that up. Excellent. So let's neaten this up a wee bit. There we go. And just cover all of this section up. There we go. Looks a bit neater. What I'll probably do is cover that up a bit better at some point, but can't be bothered right now. So it's just like a little... I can cover that up as well. Just neaten it all off. But I can get around to that later. So I'm digressing. So that's exporting all my combs, and now I need to make myself a cyclic assembler. Cyclic always helps if I actually make one first. Cyclic. Here we go, cyclic assembler. So we need to make ourselves some gears. 1, 2, there we go. And 10 gears, wrong one. Want the thermal expansion ones, thank you. Don't need the forestry ones. Let's make ourselves a redstone reception coil, a machine frame. Need the glass, please. There we go, glass and glass. And then a chest. I think we can do. There we go, made out of redwood. And a cyclic assembler, marvellous. So we need to power this. Do I have any power nearby? Interesting. So I'm going to need to power some of these machines, so I'm going to need another tesseract. T-E-R-R, there we go. One tesseract for me. Let's put you down, say, here. So we'll have quarry power. When we need energy mode receive only, tick you. Put the cyclic assembler down. We need some power, so let me grab some redstone energy conduits. There we go. I needed the one for now, I think. So what I'm going to do is just plonk you down on top. And what I also need to do is spin you round. There we go, just so I've got access to an input and output. So we need an ME interface. So we need an ME... Here we go. So we need a basic import. Okay, so we're at cables again. BLE. Can you actually craft it for me? Or is it because I'm doing it in like a multiple of 20, it's fucking up? Let's try 30. There we go. Let's just double check I'm actually crafting some ME cables. Oops, so daisy, one too far there. So 96 glass, 52 cables. So I'm actually just trying to craft 52 cables. But what I'm waiting on is this. Oh, it is processing more than one thing at once, which is quite cool. So, so I think the way I really should do glass is if I cancel that. If I go into here, do glass, stored craftable, and then do 64, 64, 64. Oh no, that will stack, that's annoying. What I was hoping is, because this can process essentially... Oh no, it's doing it now though. It's doing it in 3 separate streams. Unless that's doing it for the ME cables, I don't know, but... how many ME cables have I got? 24, so I don't know what's happened there. But it is now processing the sand in 3 separate... Oh, so I must stack it in the crafting monitor, but because I've done it in 3 separate blocks of 64, it will now actually process it in 3 separate things in the factory. That I need to remember that for future. That is quite cool. So I can actually do... So if I want to make a lot of something, I can do it like 5 times in like small little chunks, and the factory will actually process it all at the same time, which is quite cool. That's something I've got to remember. So what were we looking for? So, well, I've got my basic import bus. I need my basic export bus. There we go. I need some cable. And then what I also need is shiny... That's not what I need. I need... Is actually platinum nuggets. Yeah, okay. So I need platinum nugget. And then what I also need is a schematic. There we go. Blank schematic. Grand. What we need to do is plonk the schematic in there. Is it 4 or 9? It's 9. Makes us out. Oops, a daisy. Pick you up. Let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Marvellous. That makes 1 shiny ingot. So then we need to... so that's made 1 of them. Well, we might have done. So that's all in there. So 1 nugget of platinum. Fantastic. So what we need to do now is... so that's... So let me just clear all of you off. So that's exactly what I need. So I need import bus on that one, export bus on that one. And then I need to just connect this up like so. There we go. And then make sure that the export bus has... I need to actually put a... Do I have one in there? I do. Excellent. So then we put in platinum nugget. It starts exporting platinum nuggets. So fantastic. Let me just grab a load of them just to fill it up. For now, so I need platinum nuggets. Fantastic. So this will just keep it all nicely filled up. So if we drop all of them in, as you can see, it's just automatically crafting them all, which is quite cool. There we go. Fantastic. Look at that. So that's automatically crafting our platinum nuggets now. And then what we're going to need to do in terms of making iridium is, so if I get platinum now, so what I need is shiny stuff. So what you can do is pulverize it up. So I'm going to need to do a chain to turn this into iridium. So for example, let me grab shiny. Here we go. So shiny and pulverized shiny. So we're going to... So let me show you how you turn this into iridium in the first place. So we go to shiny. There we go. Shiny pot. So we start off with the ingot that we get from combining together all of those nuggets. So we get the nugget. We get the ingot from the nuggets. We get shiny ingot from the platinum nuggets. We then pulverize it down to make shiny metal. And then what you can do with that is if we whack it through an industrial centrifuge, we get an iridium nugget. And then from the iridium nugget, we go to iridium. So essentially we're turning 9 platinum nuggets into iridium just for a whole chain. So I need to figure out how I'm going to do this and keep a reasonable amount in the system. So, or just have it so it's craftable for all the different recipes that I'm going to need. Let me figure out how I'm going to do this. So yeah, I think I'm going to need to do this as a kind of chain. We go all the way down to my Greg Tech basement. Here we go. So I need some more ME blank patterns. So let me make some of them first. ME blank. There we go. Oops, a daisy. Meant to shift click. 4 should be enough for now. Put them in there. So 1 shiny goes to 1 pulverized. Encode U. We'll drop you in my general purpose pulverizer here. There we go. That's that done. And then what we need to do is set up one of these centrifuges to start so we need an ME interface. Let me grab an ME interface like so. Marvellous. What I want to do is, if we fly up here, whoops a daisy, wrench you up, plop down an ME interface, oops a daisy, come on, there we go, plop down an ME interface, there we go, so that's reconnected up the system on top of the industrial centrifuge. And then what we need to do is put you away. We need to say, and then do I have an iridium ingot at all? No, I'm going to need to make an iridium ingot first. Okay, we can do that real quick. What we need to do is just run that through the centrifuge. Might overclock these at some point just to make this slightly faster. You just do iridium. So iridium nugget. We get that from centrifuging, and that takes 150 seconds. So yeah, I'll probably want to overclock this at some point, just so it goes a bit faster. Do I have any spare overclockers? Now let's make 1 overclocker for now, so that would reduce down to 75 seconds. How long is that going to take? So it's got to craft all of this first. I do like looking at the crafting monitor and seeing what it's got left to craft. So it's got to go through and make circuits basically for now. So it's got to go through the wire mill, making some rubber, things like that. So it's got to make 1 more rubber. So yeah, it's making rubber to make the copper cables, which is quite cool. So recycler's always active, as that's making, what's the word I'm looking for? That is making scrap for my mass fabricator, which I actually need to figure out how to use, because I still never figured this out. I can make iridium with that, but not really figured out how it does it. But it's not the end of the world. How much scrap have I actually got in here? Scrap 1,500. So what I might do is just cancel that for now. So where's the scrap going? Let's just cancel that for now. stop it working. So how are we getting on with this? Not that well. It's taking its sweet ass mofoing time. But the overclocker is ready, so let me grab the overclocker. There we go. Grab the one overclocker for now. Apply to the industrial centrifuge, and will start going considerably quicker, so half the time, but 4 times the energy, so we just got to be bearing in mind on that. How are we doing for everything else? Is everything still kind of keeping up? Yes, it is. Excellent. So, looks like this is going to take up the whole episode today, creating my Iridium chain from my bees. So, what I might do off camera is do some breeding, if I've got time. And then start to produce some like ruby and emerald bees or titanium ones, just so I've got, there we go, so we've got the iridium and a small pile of nickel dust. Fantastic. There we go. So what I then need to do is get myself a shiny, pulverized shiny metal, put the nickel away, clear you, so 1 pulverized shiny metal goes to an iridium ingot, and that is in the centrifuge. There we go. That's because that's the only product. I don't need to worry about it producing anything else, which is cool. So then, hopefully, if we go to Iridium here, what we can then say is stored craftable. Make me. Oh, and then we also need to get Iridium. Sorry. So clear you out. Come on, clear you out. And then what I need to do is encode that. Put you in the ME system upstairs. If we go upstairs, where's my Mac? My molecular assembly chamber. Here we go. Drop you in there. So I need to upgrade this soon, as I haven't actually filled this up. I don't ever remember my molecular assembly chamber being this full, but I have done it on this particular playthrough. So I'm going to need to extend that at some point so I get more space. Is this still working? It is. Excellent. So what I've got here is I've actually got an Enderman farm hooked up to my currently hooked up to my grinder system. I added on a load more grinders. 3 more, as you can see, they're all kind of covered up with covers and things, so it's hiding all the kind of the gubbins behind it. But what I've got in there is my blaze spawner and also a something in there produced something, a reusable safari net with an enderman in it. So it's basically producing tons and tons of ender pearls for me. How much is that using up in terms of mob essence? It doesn't really use up that much, but I'm going to turn it off for now because I've produced an absolute crap ton of ender pearls. That is like an amazing amount. It's really efficient as well. You literally just run it for a while and it just produces ender pearls. It's absolutely amazing. Can't really complain there. And it's just produced loads and loads and loads. As you can see, and they all just get pretty much killed immediately by 4 grinders, which is pretty incredible. So, where was I? Oh yes, I put some platinum in there, and then I decided to show off my my Enderman farm, as I was starting to run low on ender pearls. But now I've got an absolute crap ton. I've got 251 in there, plus whatever's in my Enderman farm over there, plus all my ender lilies growing them for me as well, which is pretty cool. Then what we need to do is go through to Iridium, and what we should be able to do, if we go to stored craftable, if we say craft 1, well, what that is then going to do is, if we take a look at the crafting monitor, what's it going to do? So it's got to craft the iridium nuggets first. So basically that is going to start centrifuging out, which, as you can see here, it is doing. So it's centrifuging out several pieces of shiny metal. Awesome. So that whole system is working, and then once that is done, that should then automatically craft it into an iridium ingot. So that is awesome. So I've got that underway. So that is nice. Do I have any other kind of... Have a look at this. Platinum. What I'm kind of tempted to do is automate that further, just by making that all an automatic process and just kind of creating loads and loads of iridium nuggets. And then... Sorry, yeah, iridium nuggets, but controlling it a little bit better by saying always keep like 64 shiny metal in there, just so... what's the word I'm looking for? Just so that I could use it for crafting tesseracts and things by making Enderium. I might do that at some point. I'll see how it goes. See how kind of like how slow the whole process is. But at least that's set up for now. Well, I wanted to look at the bees, didn't I? That's what I wanted to check up on before I rounded off the episode. So how are we doing here? And the cyclic assembler. So that is pretty much rinsing through platinum nuggets, which is quite cool. So we've got some iridium on the way. Very nice. So there we go. So this obviously hasn't pulled out everything, because obviously I can't power all of these, but I will be doing that with pneumatic servos at some point. So yeah, that's been a fairly successful episode. I've got my iridium chain on the go from my platinum bees over here. Thank you, platinum bees. I can produce more of them whenever I want through the genetic imprinter. I've got my... This is my kind of upgrade. So this is my generic upgrade. So this is what applies fastest speed on the bees, ignore day, night, true, and cave dwelling. So they don't mind if they're in the dark or in a cave, which is quite cool. So that I don't actually need that glass above my bees, which is quite nice. And then I should have somewhere around here my platinum. So that's what's providing power. I should have my platinum species imprint. There we go. It's platinum species imprint, which is quite cool. And that's what I do. I put a Fertility 3 genetic template on the first species to produce loads of drones, because you need an absolute crap ton of drones to run them through the genetic sampler to actually find the correct species kind of genome in the first place. It takes a while. I ballsed up the platinum one initially. I actually got it and then accidentally ran it through the furnace, so I actually lost it, so I had to go back and do it again, which took forever. So yeah, it's a bit of a faff, but you get there eventually. So like I said, I might try and do some off work in terms of the actual breeding, and then what I'll do is I'll set up a load of industrial apiaries around here and then get some centrifuges made and start showing you how I'm going to automate the production of things like ruby, titanium, and emeralds from the bees as well, which is quite nice, all using the power of gendustry. I definitely prefer gendustry over bog standard forestry apiaries. They're far faster, far more efficient, and just a lot smaller as well, so you can make it's like I said, it's the whole point is it's like industrial bees as opposed to just like nature loving bees, so it's all good. So I'm going to end the episode there for now. As always, guys, don't forget to comment and like if you've enjoyed the episode. Apart from that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.